Hi everyone. In this video we'll be looking at how to use the column transform effects in Avada. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all the latest videos like this one. And if you don't want to miss one, click the bell icon to get notifications of all new videos on our channel. Okay, let's begin. Column transform effects were added in Avada 7.8, and you will find these in the column element on the Extras tab under the filter options. I've imported the craft beer pre-built site here, and on the Our Beers page, I've made a small demonstration of what can be achieved with these effects. Like many such effects, less is more, and they are not always going to suit the style of the site. But for when you want a bit of zing and bling, these are great fun and easy to apply. Let's have a look at these effects on the front end, and then I'll go through each one. I've set each of these transform effects to only apply on hover, but you could apply them to the initial state or different ones for each state. If we start at the top, when I mouse over the column in the middle of this full height container, we can see that the column content rotates 360 degrees and also scales up in size. With the next column down, when I hover over that one, the column moves down a certain amount. And then we come to our beers. There are two columns here and both have been set to scale by a factor of 1.2 on both the X and Y axis. With the tangy beer, the beer column rotates 180 degrees, and the text column next to it moves to the right along the x-axis. And with our last beer, Fury, the first column skews when we mouse over it, and the beers move both to the right and down. Okay, pretty funky. Let's have a look at the actual controls for these effects. I'll just move to the builder and edit this first column. If we go to the Extras tab, we need to scroll down below the filters, and we come to the transform options. The first of these is scale, and there's one for each axis. As you can see, there are also regular and hover state tabs, so you can apply these effects both independent of each other but also on different states. Here we can see our scale is set to 1 and rotate is set to 0, so all normal here. But if we go to the hover tab, we can see I have set this column to scale by a factor of 1.4 on both the X and Y axis, and to rotate 360 degrees on hover. And so that's what it does. If I edit the next one, we can see that the Translate X and Translate Y options are on 0, but on the Hover tab, the Translate Y option is set to 50. This is in pixels, so on Hover the column drops 50 pixels, but stays where it was on the X-axis. If I edit the Aroma Beers first column, we can see it scales from the center, and this is at a factor of 1.2. But if I edit the beer bottle column, we can see it also scales, but from the bottom left. This is using the Transform Origin option, and here I have set it to transform from the very bottom left instead of the center, which is the default. The next beer rotates 180 degrees on hover, so we're lucky there are lids on, and the text column slides to the right along the x-axis 100 pixels. Okay, last one, and here the text column skews on hover, and as you can see, the transform origin is set to the bottom right in this case. I'll just edit the last column, the Fury beer bottles, and they slide both across and down. This is achieved by setting different amounts on the X and Y axis. Here you can see I've set 100 pixels on the X axis, but only 50 on the Y, so it moves across and down. Okay, that pretty much covers it. Thanks for watching. There are of course about 1 million ways to use these transform effects, and they are definitely not for every site out there. But carefully applied, these effects can give your website a unique style, and they are definitely a lot of fun. Okay, this concludes our video on how to use the column transform effects in Avada. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all the latest videos, and if you have any questions or need assistance, please create a support ticket and our team will gladly assist you. As always, we want to thank you for choosing Avada.